Joining us now on our Newsmaker hotline is University of Maryland alumnus, leading Jewish activist and advisor to over 40 Jewish organizations. He's a Emmy Award-winning actor, filmmaker, and journalist. Yuval David is with us here. Yuval, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning. I'm glad to, or honored to be on your show.
Thanks for being here.
So yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of 10/7, and as we know, University of Maryland initially had denied the so-called vigil that was going to be held by the Students for Palestinian Justice, or whatever they're calling themselves these days, and then eventually a federal judge had overruled Maryland, said you had to let them hold this quote-unquote vigil, protest, whatever, and you came out with a pretty strong reaction to that decision, and you think that this isn't really a freedom of speech issue. This is, as you put it, glorifying terrorism.
It absolutely is glorifying terrorism. When we understand what the organization Students for Justice in Palestine actually is, according to the FBI, according to the ADL, and other organizations, when Students for Justice in Palestine glorifies terrorist groups and has expressed mutual rhetorical support for Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, and their proxies, how we in this country allow for organizations like that to be on campuses, to be on places that are supposed to be safe for all people as they espouse anti-Jewish racism on campus. It is mind-boggling. And as a graduate of the University of Maryland, I'm embarrassed that the University of Maryland allowed for such a thing.
Well, what would the consequence be, though, of them not allowing it? Look, my understanding is the First Amendment protects speech, even and particularly the speech we hate. I happen to hate this kind of speech. I think it's disgusting. I think it misrepresents history in a rather bad fashion. I think it delegitimizes the 1,200 deaths that occurred a year ago yesterday. But how would one approach this within the context of the First Amendment otherwise?
Absolutely. So I am a free speech activist as well. So does this mean that we would allow people on campus to chant death to gays or death to people of color or to walk around with KKK hoods? What is the difference? The kafia, the symbol that they wear around their necks, is a symbol of intifada and jihad. The signs and the verbiage that they had, even shown on their own Instagram posts, were ones that are not just spreading disinformation and misinformation, but spewing hate. So yes, freedom of speech is protected in this country, but when does it cross the line?
Well, it crosses the line in my research and experience when a clear and present danger is presented in that speech. That's a Supreme Court ruling.
Yeah.
And so the question here is, when you chant from the river to the sea, when you chant death to America, death to Israel, is that posing in your mind, Yuval, a clear and present danger? I think for many it does.
Yes, because what from the river to the sea actually means is it means from the river to the sea there will only be one religion. It's not about land, it's about religion, especially when you understand the slogan in its original Arabic. It means that every infidel, which includes Jews, Christians, Muslims who are not practicing the faith according to these Islamists, and anybody who is different than them deserves to die. That's what the chant actually means. It is a call to action. It is a call for mass genocide, and that's what this slogan means. The fact that it rhymes like a nursery school rhyme and people think, wow, that must be true and it means something, is part of the useful idiots on campuses and across our great nation here who've absorbed this cause without really knowing what it's all about.
That's the case, exactly. Many of them have no idea which river or which sea. They're chanting because they're stupid college students and haven't actually taken the time to discover what this protest is all about.
We just need to combat anti-Semitic rhetoric. We need to be bolder about it, to educate more people so they know what it is. We're dealing with a horrendous situation. As an American Jew, I've never felt more unsafe in this country when we're seeing people who are getting their information from social media, because the fact is more than 97% of people under the age of 45 receive their news and information from TikTok and Instagram. So that means whoever has the stronger control of the algorithms is affecting and manipulating massive amounts of people. We're in a horrendous time, and we're seeing the hatred grow and grow. Meanwhile, countries like Jordan, the UAE, Saudi Arabia have banned public displays of support for Hamas. But here in America, we're allowed to do it because we support freedom of speech. We just need to be able to call out hatred for what it is and hopefully educate the masses.
Yuval David, University of Maryland alumnus, thanks so much, and continuing success in your career.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate the time.